Good morning, world, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Donkey Digest with your hosts, Poppy, Denver, Jasmine, Geodude, and Applejack. They're back there. It's a little hard to tell because they are hiding in their shelter this morning from the snow. Yes, we got some fun sleet. Hi, Bobby! Stuff going on here in Bailey, Colorado today. So let's talk for today's episode about taking care of donkeys in the snow. Yes, as a new donkey owner, this is something I am not perfect at, something I am mastering every time, but it's something that's important for these lovely creatures. As one very important little fact I can share, you can see the donkey's wonderful loving fur in there, and although donkeys are equine and they're similar to horses, donkeys do not have the same moisture wicking effect on their coats that horses do. So it's very important that they stay dry. A little bit of light, dry snow is really not the big deal for donkeys, but this sleet, this nasty wet stuff, this is the stuff you want to watch out for, because if the donkeys get wet and they stand out here forever, it is not a good thing. Oh yeah, by the way, how about that loafing shed? Yeah, built by yours truly. Got a quote for around $10,000 for a 8x16 loafing shed, so I built my own for just about $3,000. It's got nice tin roof siding. It's got this cool log. AG plus KM forever, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And it does a great job of keeping these donkeys warm and sheltered, just like they need to be. You might be saying, how come you didn't put a roof on there? Because that's my viewing deck, duh. It's where we hang out with the donkeys. It's the freaking best. And shout out to some cameos today. We got Bob, we got Bailey, we got Pterodactyl somewhere. They're helping us out. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about what I'm doing in here. First things first, I'm gonna get them some feed, make sure it's in a dry place. I could have my girls use their feeder right there, but it's covered in snow, and then they'd be standing in the snow. And that's no bueno. So I got these two little portable feeders. These are from a department store that they used to put like clearance items in. Yep, you gotta be a MacGyver sometimes. Shout out to my neighbors for giving me those. But I got two feeders in here with all 5 donkeys. They're staying warm, they're sharing. It's exactly what we like to see. Now let's check on their water. I know that their water is gonna be frozen. Yep, so we're gonna come out here. We're gonna top that puppy off with as much steaming warm water as we can so it doesn't refreeze today. And hopefully we can keep it from refreezing through the night. If you're asking yourself, how come his thing's just not plugged in? That's a warm well. Yeah, we don't know. It was given to us by a neighbor, and we found out the hard way that it doesn't keep things heated. But still, shout out to my neighbor for helping us out, always looking out for the donkeys. One thing I like to do, a little over the top, is I like to give them a nice little sweeping through all of their area. As you can see, that's almost done already, but even just a nice sweeping of their pen can help them from stopping to form icicles down under their feet. So you can kind of see I already did it once, but once I remove the snow, come in with a sweep, they've got basically dry dirt. So it's pretty good setup for them. Now, let's just go check on them. Make sure everything's good. We're not hanging out with our donkeys enough. Hi, Poppy. Staying warm. Yeah, if we see any icicles, we'll get them off of her. She's looking and feeling pretty dry. We got food to eat. Denver taking care of his sis. This is all good. Caring for donkeys in the wintertime is a whole different ballgame than caring for donkeys in the summertime. And as a new donkey owner and somebody who used to rent donkeys, man, has this cold weather taught me a lot, especially about a question in the donkey industry that's kind of famous is, can I lease one of your donkeys? We rent our donkeys all season long for the races. We do not lease our donkeys. I am starting to figure out why people do not lease their donkeys, as at one point I approached somebody and asked them if I could lease one of their donkeys. This was a couple years ago. And they very politely told me no because of reasons like this. Donkey care, folks, is 24/7. I was up at 5:45 this morning so that I could be out here at 7 o'clock to clear this pen, get everything filled up, make sure the girls are good before I get to the next ranch that I'm helping out at, training a couple cute little donkeys out there. I care for these animals big time, and donkey owners care for their animals big time. I'm not going to say that someone who would lease one of these or a donkey out wouldn't care for them. Those people simply don't get the opportunity to be here at 6 a.m. cleaning up the pen for their donkeys. Now, I'm not saying people who want to lease donkeys are bad people, not whatsoever. Unfortunately, there is just so much work behind the scenes with these girls that people do not see, and it's something that if we leased these girls out, the work wouldn't stop for us. Those leasees, they don't come up here and shovel. So please don't take that the wrong way if you're hoping to lease out a donkey, but this is a 24-hour, 7 days a week kind of job, and we make sure that these girls are not only well taken care of, they're spoiled. We want to put this over the top for them and make sure that they get the best care in the world because they are members of our family. If you're wondering about the loafing shed, let's talk about it a little more. Completely made out of pallets, the siding. Yes, that's how you save a little bit of cash. There's a term in the donkey world called cubbing, I believe it's called, where the donkeys start to eat the wood in their shelters. So I've got this thing ranch wrapped all throughout. You can see they're still getting through it there. We've got 4x4s for the main supports throughout. Yep, this is actually my first real building project, and it, like most things, is not perfect, but it does a great job for them. And when we have a $500,000 barn 10 years down the road, fingers crossed, we'll look back at this loafing shed and have a nice laugh. But it definitely does what we needed to do for the girls. Let's go say hi to everybody else because we didn't do that this morning. Hi guys, there's Jasmine. Yep, there's old Applejack. Say hi, Applejack. Yep, and there's the G-Man. Yeah. Okay, I think that's a perfect place to stop this video. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Thanks for learning about donkey care in the snow. Thanks for spending some time with me and my donks. That's the Daily Donkey Digest, folks. Stay warm, donkeys. Over and out.